Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review, finally, of Thundercats Classics Mumm-Ra. This came out in 2011, or at least that's the trademark date. I'm pretty sure it was 2011. Around the time the new show came out, the new show that I believe is canceled. Actually, yes, it is canceled. But this was at Toys R Us for $4.50. I actually kind of liked the original show. Didn't watch a ton of it, like I probably watched a good like 20 episodes, but Mumm-Ra looks really cool for $4.50, especially for the cheap price I got it. So check out your Toys R Us. Ours was having like some color sale thing, and this was on green clearance, so it was 22, then it was 18 for their first sale, and then with the green clearance it was $4.50. So very cool. We got Mumm-Ra in the package, as you can see. Thundercats. Very standard blister shell packaging. Looks pretty cool in there. On the side we got a nice picture of the Mumm-Ra from back in the day. Some side stuff that's pretty much nothing. Thundercats code. 4+, etc. Then on the back we got Thundercats. And then we have the little read up, which I'm too lazy to read, but you guys can. If you want to pause it right there. Alright, then we got Mumm-Ra. Says he's got some extra hands. You can put the wrappings on him. Collect all the figures. For the 6-inch classic figures, or all the 6-inch figures, we have another Lion-O. I'm not sure if any other of the retro classics came out, the retro 6 inches. Besides Lion-O and Mumm-Ra, I didn't pay a huge amount of attention to this series because I was swamped at the time. I'll probably go back and buy Lion-O because I assume he'll be cheap online, like a $10-15 figure, so I'll probably pick him up too if I like Mumm-Ra. And then there's Lion-O, Tigra, and Cheetara for the 6-inch, and this is the newer show, as you can see by the fact that they don't look like they're from the 80s. But then we got the Warner Brothers logo and all that other garbage on the bottom. And then on the bottom it's just that standard stuff. So pretty cool packaging on Mumm-Ra. Very standard but cool at the same time. So let's get Mumm-Ra out of the package and see how he holds. Alright, here we have Mumm-Ra out of the package, and as you can see, pretty nice looking figure. He has the wrappings on him, which are very easy to attach. It's as simple as plugging them in, and they both come out. They come out pretty easily, which is sort of nice. But there is that. I'm going to take those out just for simplicity's sake for the rest of this video. But as you can see, very nice looking figure. In the way of paint apps, he doesn't have much to shade in his muscles. It's more like the DC Universe Classic line, how it's painted, as opposed to other lines like Marvel Legends, which will do paint washes and stuff. So it's a little more cartoony, simplistic, which is good because it's a Technicolor cartoon. It's not going to be that shaded in. It's going to be sort of bare basic. Pretty nice though anyways. Pretty good all around paint job. Not much you can mess up on. The gold on the whatever these are, boot things, are pretty nice. Nice little gold there. Like there's no paint, like there's no combination in the paint anywhere. It's really nicely done. There's like very minor blemishes. I think that one might be the only real paint blemish, though there's not much to work on. The headpiece has a lot of colors on it, but still works out quite nicely. I like the shiny paint they used for the top of the headpiece. The gold piece is matte, which works better for the head, I would say. And it also highlights more of these like more glossy paint toned ones. The fabrics that are coming off are also really neat. But as you can see, quite a nice face sculpt, I would say. For what it is, Mumm-Ra. You can see his mouth's open, his eyes are painted well, no bleeding like before. You can see he has still some of the remnants of his wrappings around his neck and on his waist, aside from the wrappings that you can leave on him. His logo is looking nice. So everything's really nice on here. The sculpt is really good. It's just the standard muscular body with a lot of things attached. These back parts would get a little annoying if it wasn't for the wraps, and it does kind of bother me when joints have the nails sticking out of them, because it just doesn't look as nice as if they weren't there. But it's no huge deal, because I don't know in what scenario I would have them facing backwards like this, so it doesn't bother me that much, really. But in the way of accessories, let's stand this guy up nice and good. He has two, yeah, it's already on that mode. Two spare hands, as you can see. They're more of the grabbing hands. I actually haven't tried them on yet, so we'll see. It's pretty easy to remove the one hand and to put on the other hand. A little trickier, at least, but let's see if I can get that. Alright, I got it. And then still allows for some good articulation, because it's not just a peg in, peg out. It's sort of like a loose ball joint, so that's nice. Alright, on to articulation. His head has a full range of movement, for the most part, aside from that. But for Mumm-Ra, you probably don't need much more than side to side, up. So no big deal. Arms are on ball joint. Swivel at the upper arm. Bends at the elbow. Hands have the good articulation I was talking about earlier, where you can kind of move them back in and out and all around. So that's nice. Then he has, instead of like a ab articulation or a swivel around the chest area by the ribs, it's a lower chest, which again I think makes it look more cartoony, and I want it to be more accurate to the show, allowing you to back them up and do evil poses like a evil laugh, or kind of like a crouching, like here's the sock Harry Potter Dobby type thing going on. And then in the way of his legs, they can go forward and back nicely and in and out nicely. Of course, with his little skirt turban thing. Turban, not turban. Skirt loincloth thing. There's a little hindrance. And as you can see, the muscle continues up, which you think would be a problem, but they actually designed it so if you could see the crack there, the muscle continues, but you can still swivel it, which is a very cool feature, I must say. Bend at the knee, twists at the shin, which doesn't make much sense to me. There's a nice little ankle twist there you can do, and forward and back movement, so very nice in the way of articulation, especially for such a bulky guy. When I actually initially saw him, I figured he wouldn't have much articulation. I didn't figure I'd need much articulation for the guy, but he actually does impress me with the amount of articulation that they put in him, especially since he's not really in need for that much articulation. It's also all well hidden. The only thing that really bothers me about the articulation is these, but I don't know if it actually has to do with articulation or just holding them together. But other than that, Mumm-Ra looks really nice. He has good articulation. It's nice that he has hands, multiple hands, which is nice. That's always appreciated for certain things, poses and garbage. But yeah, the only other downside, also you got these the cloth wrappings also as accessories, which are also very nice for posing him. But the only real downside to the figure, I would say, is no base. It's about it. I usually like when figures come with bases, but most DC Universe Classics didn't come with bases. Most of the Marvel Legends didn't too, or the later Marvel Legends, I should say. So yeah, overall not a terrible figure. I really do actually dig him a lot. I don't have any Lion-O yet to go with him, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with him right now, if I'm gonna display him or not. But if you guys can hit up your Toys R Us and get him for $4.50, I would say that is super worth it. Really good figure, and it's a shame because this guy's been on sale for like a year and a half now. I saw him back then, but only now has he been $4.50. So check out your Toys R Us. And see if you can get this guy for cheap, or if you can find him on Amazon or whatever. I have no idea what he goes for online, but if you can find him for a decent enough price, I would say pick him up, especially if you're a Thundercats fan. But I mean, if you're a Thundercats fan, a huge one, you probably already have him, especially since he's a decent price. So really good figure, really good price on this guy. Overall, really nice figure. I highly suggest him. Also, you guys probably noticed that this was the first review I've done in a long time. The reason for that is I didn't make it to FallCon, or I made it to FallCon. Didn't have much money because I was buying too many Wii U games. My bad. And then SpringCon I actually didn't make it to because I was at my uncle's cabin, but I was at Wizard World. You can see my Wizard World Minneapolis haul. I don't know if that was my last video. It might have been, which is a shame. But figures are really expensive at Wizard World because most of them are either overpriced or like sideshow collectibles or retro. I think I got. Did I get a retro figure there? I don't know. I don't think I did. But if I was to get anything there, I probably would have got a Star Wars figure, and I usually don't review older out of box figures. So yeah, I pretty much have nothing to review. Come FallCon, I want to buy a ton of figures because I can get them for like $4, and I really like getting figures, honestly, but I don't like paying the $22 price tag, especially when I have to pay for gas and all that garbage now. So I've pretty much been busy. Come FallCon, I plan on getting probably like my normal FallCon lot of like 10-15 figures, and then put those out in intervals. But this year has been really the great drought in a way. So I'm going to start probably rummaging Amazon for some cool figures to try and review for you guys, because I feel a little bad. Actually, some of the new Age of Extinction toys for Transformers I might pick up, because those aren't a terrible price for what they are. And my friend got a few of them and they look pretty cool. I really want the new Voyager Hound with all those weapons and all that garbage, and they actually look good. So I don't know, I'll probably pick those up. Target also has this Grimlock Optimus 2-pack, which I want, and I think it's the older model Grimlock, like a G1. Maybe I'm wrong, I didn't get a good look at it. But still cool either way. There's also the G1 Optimus that turned, or not the G1 Optimus, but the new movie Optimus turns into the G1 looking trailer, or cab, which I want to buy because I have two G1 trailers for Optimus, neither of which have an Optimus to go with them. So I thought it'd be cool to pick up that truck and maybe display him in truck mode with that, even though it wouldn't be the most accurate G1. Until I can pick up a G1 Optimus Prime, which I'm sad I don't have yet. That might have to do. But overall, guys, sorry about ranting for about 5 seconds about how I haven't been picking up figures that much lately. I hope you guys are still looking out for these reviews. Actually, I might review some older figures I haven't reviewed. I've got a lot of Transformers if you guys would be interested in that. I assume there'd be someone that would want to watch that. So I could review some of my old Transformers, I could review some old other stuff. But I do want to continue doing this channel. The hard part about it is I haven't really had anything I wanted to get bad enough to pay the price tag. And figure prices keep going up, which is stupid. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time, which is hopefully pretty soon.